Point number 5. Now let's do a quick review, all right? Number 1, we're going to talk with people. Number 2, we're going to explain the process. Number 3, we're going to what? Tell the truth, thank you. Number 4, we're going to work for understanding. Now, number 5. And number 5 may be the single most important, from my perspective at least, and you can decide for yourself if you agree with it. Number 5 simply says, get others involved. I think the most brilliant thing the doctor did with my son that day was he gave my son a job to do. You understand? If you were a big boy, you could lay on this table. Joe accepted the challenge. I am a big boy, and so he accepted the job the doctor had for him to do. Now, here's the other point. If he had not had a job to do, then all he would have had to do as he laid on the table was focus on the negatives associated with this particular occasion. It's going to hurt, so I'm going to fight it. I'm going to try to get away from it. Human nature says you'll do that. In this day and time, and I say this on this particular day because, as you've already heard from this platform, we're in unprecedented economic times right now. We really are. We've got people in leadership positions that don't have any more clue about what to do than we do at this moment in time. And so therefore, if we're not actively involved in making things better, then all we are left to do is sit back and criticize everything else that's going on around us. We've got to take a leadership role, and I'm not talking about just the leaders or the executives in this organization. I'm talking about literally all 1,000 of us in this organization have got to step up and say, I am going to be the best. I am going to do the best. Whether it's in the work that I do, whether it's in the communication I offer, I'm going to give my best because it's my responsibility, not just as a Pepsi in the America employee, but my responsibility as a citizen of the United States of America. It's my job. I'm going to give my best. I need to give my best. We all. Now that's the only thing that I know is going to help us ultimately overcome the challenges and the situations and circumstances that we're in right now, is if everybody commits to the same thing, working through the process. You've got to get others involved, but it starts by being willing to be involved yourself. And that leads us to number 6. Number 6 on the list, talk with people, explain the process, tell the truth, work for understanding, get others involved, and then number 6, do your job. Do your job. Do your job to the best ability that you can. You know, the doctor, I'm sure that the doctor had had many circumstances and situations in which his patients, young children, would fight and resist what he was trying to do. But as I think back on that day so many years ago, I cannot even imagine the doctor turning to me and saying, Mr. Van Hooser, look, your son will not lay still. He will not keep his hands under his butt. He will not keep from crying. So therefore, you're going to have to take your son someplace else. Is that what he would have said? No. He would have turned to the nurse and said, Nurse, plan B. But the good thing is he did not resort to plan B too quickly. He let it all play out to see if plan A would work first. And of course it did masterfully. Okay. I realize that the only thing that stands between me and a steak dinner, or you and a steak dinner, is me. And so the reality of it is you're probably interested in me going ahead and wrapping this thing up. Hey, I've been doing this a long time. I know how to get applause here. Well, let me tell you, I'm about to do just that. I'm about to do just that. But I will say one more thing in closing. And it's very simply this. At this time of the season, at this time of the year, so often we're thinking about not only what we're going to give people as gifts, but also, quite frankly, what we might get as a gift as well. And I was thinking about the best gift that I could give you, or the best gift that I could get from myself. And I was thinking if the jolly red man dressed in red with the beard was in here even today, and if, even as an adult, I was asked to sit on his lap, what would I ask for this year? And I'm going to tell you, I can't think of anything that I would ask for personally. I really can't. Most of us have more than we deserve anyway. But one thing that I thought that I could ask for that would be appropriate to help others. If I could learn to talk to anybody at their level, not at mine, about anything. If I'm talking to an 80-year-old, I talk to an 80-year-old. If I'm talking to an 8-year-old, I can talk to an 8-year-old. If I'm talking to an educated person, I'm talking to him. If I'm talking to an uneducated. If I'm talking to someone from our world, our country, or another country, if I can talk to them on their level about things that are important to them, then quite frankly, communication takes place every time. But here's the other cool thing. You don't have to wish for that. You don't have to ask for that. You don't have to hope for that. All we need to do is work for that. You have a wonderful organization with a tremendous history, and the potential is greater in the future than you've ever experienced in the past. I do believe that. The question then becomes, are we up to the task, and are we willing to do what's necessary, because it's about communication. Good luck. Thank you all very much. And God bless you.